Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Now, before we dive into today's cast, I want to quickly announce that my shilling for EA, my relentless shilling, has finally paid off. It has arrived. It didn't get sent to Australia. The Command & Conquer Remastered Special Edition has finally arrived. Pretty awesome, just wanted to mention that, so big shout out to everyone who has been involved with that project. And if you want to download your digital collector's edition of OpenRA, conversely, you go to openra.net and download the the good old special edition. We are gonna have ourselves a match here. This is a best of 5 series as far as I'm aware, and it is the finals of the RATL Team League. So this is probably for the time being the last 2v2 cast. After that it's gonna be more 1v1s, but I think another Team League is already in preparations. So, our players in question, we have spectated them over the course of a couple matches already, and they have advanced flawlessly thus far. It is gonna be Mr. Anjew in the bright pink-purple pony color, teaming up with Mr. Orb in his traditional mint green, minty fresh, grenade already being deflected. Alright, that didn't pan out. And for whom did it not pan out? Let's pan the camera over and find out. It is gonna be Mr. G to the O to the A to the T, the RAGL current residing champion, and he is gonna be teaming up with Mr. Happy, who apparently ain't happy today. This is gonna be a slugfest if I've ever seen one. Alright, there's already grenadiers. 2 of them did make it to the base and some damage onto the... You know what? Rifle pressure as well. This might actually be impactful on account of Anjew only going for 1 power plant into War Factory. Oh my goodness! Orb going for only 1 power plant as well. I think this might actually kick them into low power. Let's check the basics here. Yep. Orb on low power, albeit for a brief second. Power situation is normalized here for Anjew, so his power curve is going to be normalizing, and lots of rifle pressure to follow us up with. This is definitely a double ref build. The good old classic high aggression, high octane build from Happy and Goat. I wouldn't be surprised to see Goat following it up with a light vehicle combination of Scout Ranger and Crush Light Tank. While Derek being denied here by Goat as well. Just good practice. Always deny your opponent any advantage you can. Press your advantage and deny the opponent just said advantage as well. I was, by the way, informed that Goat does not actually indeed... Ooh, my goodness, the engineer gets snagged, but did get the capture off, crucially. I was informed that GOAT did not have a background in StarCraft 2, rather he has a background in Age of Empires 2, which is surprising to me because I put him more on the micro side of the spectrum, and yeah, Age of Empires 2, if I've ever played that, that is a macro game. That is one hell of a macro game, and it's also really tough to play. I think I played like 2 or 3 matches, and thus far my win to loss ratio, I literally haven't had a single win under my belt thus far. It is quite cutthroat if you play against opponents who know what they're doing, and they're basically, you're still sitting in the Stone Ages and they're advancing with MRLSs upon you. I know that's not literally what's happening in Age of Empires, because the rocket car cheat is, unfortunately and for whatever reason, I will never understand, disabled in multiplayer, but yeah, it is a very tough game to play. So, with that out of the way, we've got the double... I really love their playstyles really match, but they're both the teams have really uniform playstyles. Orb and Anjew like to sit back, like to take up the service depot and expand with a large sizable army. Whereas both Happy and Goat are happy to go out on the map early, go for early game aggression, and I rarely ever see any of them go War Factory first. So they usually are mostly the early the ones to put on the gas. The ones who are cooking with the gasoline. Anyway, that does give Anjew a sizable income boost on the left-hand side, but right-hand side, so it's an even split. Right-hand side, Goat got the old Derricks. None of the engineers got denied before that actually came into play, so that's just a 1 Derrick advantage, and that's in the favor of Happy here. And the map, I didn't comment on the map just yet, Collaboration. This is the map that has a linear progression, right? You expand here, you expand to the middle, you expand to the right-hand or left-hand side. Yep. That is pretty much always going to end in a stalemate and split map unless one of the players slips up. Very good from Orb, sending out 3 Grenadiers, gonna get rid of the Derrick. It is completely undefended at the time being, so it has definitely served its time. Its time has come. RIP. And Anjew is doing the classic thing, where he refuses to move out of his base until he's got at least 200 rifles stacked up. And a couple scout technicians to throw into the meat grinder as well. Ooh, compact formation is... MCV is currently blocked here, those tiles... No, okay. Those tiles do not block. Oh, I'm mistaking them. I think those here block. Yeah, they've got pebbles. It's so arbitrary, some of the tiles. Like this has little pebbles here. And those actually completely block any base deployment. Okay, aggressive Tesla coil plus flame tower. Gives them a brief momentary advantage. Also, the team compositions are pretty good because both are going for Soviets and allies. So, multiple super weapons are definitely in the cards. Heavy tank of Goat is going to run into a Tesla coil, so definite immediate advantage here for Orb. Destroying the husk as well. No, just taking a couple pot shots. Oh, that's smart. He's using the heavy tank as a meat shield, just advancing tile by tile. Such meticulous groundwork from him. I like what Orb is doing. Bleeding Goat out of a lot of his units there. And VTOL. Ooh, that VTOL. There was a flank though. That flank from Happy was completely insane. Killed the Conyard. And Orb is on low power here as well. Wow. That flank was insane. I didn't even have that on my radar. I mean, I literally had it on my radar, but not in a mental sense. Harvester is going in for some crushes, gets some really good ones too. And gets away with it! Wow, that Harvester has saved the day. However, big army advantage now for both if they combine their armies, plus the V2 launches of Orb. This might spell game over for this expansion. Crucially, Orb has lost his Conyard, but he still is mining from this base. So mining operations are resuming. Returning to normal, just as scheduled. No signs of Radar Dome for Goat and Happy yet. Man, I'm so hyped for this series. Oh, V2 coming in, just taking off a couple infantry here and there. Armies are merging and converging, and it's looking very, very good for both Orb. For Orb and Anjew. They've been playing this so meticulously. Here's a little flank onto the Radar Dome. But very low rocket count. Nope. This ain't happening. Rocket count was too low and Orb was paying attention. Very good V2 micro thus far. A defensive line is being established, but I don't see them breaking this. This is awkward though, they're being pincered by base defenses. Base defenses are slowly getting whittled away. Orb still has the radar. I think he should go for 1 or 2 more V2s, just to accelerate the process of cleaning up. Goat is going in. I doubt he's got enough to break this. Never. There's just so much infantry here. This is the mother of all spearhead assaults. Oh my, combined arms. Combined armies. I like what I'm seeing here. Some friendly fire from the V2, but that's okay. It's on Vet 2 now. Oh, and throwing all his forces into the meat grinder is Goat. It's not looking good for him in game 1. This is a huge army to trade off. The secondary army, though, is going in. Alright, might find some damage here onto the Conyard, but Orb is not dropping the ball. He is paying attention. He has taken his micro lessons there. Great play from Orb. Great play from Anjew as well. Very well synergizing with those combined arms pushes, and Anjew pushing forward with the tank as well. I honestly think they can hold this, yeah. They can still pop a couple of base defenses. Just wait for this army to get whittled away at. Ah, there's artilleries, but Anjew is going for the artilleries. That's so smart. Tanks are immediately homing in onto the artilleries. The kill count is not going to be too high here. No more. Oh, they found the Radar Dome as well. I really love those tanks hunting for artillery pieces. Just going into the back lines, not allowing for any splash damage to come out. Really, really smart. Yeah, the expansions are being traded off though. There is still an army here for Happy. I'm surprised. I would have thought this army would have died earlier. Nope. Stays resilient. Yeah, the problem was that there was a combined army from both Anjew and Orb. And meanwhile, Happy just had his army and they were basically free to go wherever. Okay, the meat shield is gone, but harvesters are going to be destroyed. Harvester kill count, yikes, that artillery shot. 3 harvesters have fallen here. Some damage onto the main base. Luckily though, Anjew has escaped with his MCV and is expanding more and more forward. Please don't lose your V2. This V2... Aww. Can he escape? Oh, he's gonna clutch it. This V2 driver. Damn, son. He's gonna clutch it here. Pedal to the metal. I think actually the veterans gave him the speed boost. Pretty sick. There is a big flank. That is a moderately sized army. Tanks from Anjew again spearheading this. Assault, he's been playing tank general this game. He's definitely been the one. Can push in now. Yeah, he's got more than enough to break this. So this fortification is definitely forfeit. And after that, is it still looking good? It's not looking good for Goat and Happy anymore. Anjew has been cleaning shop here. This was a very well synergized push. Defending on both sides in unison, attacking in unison. Very team game oriented tactics, that's just what I like to see. Oh, there's a flank that is dislodging the entire eco lines of Anjew. Very nice from Goat. Definitely someone who can multitask. He can multitask his way around the battlefield. The way he wields his tanks. He makes them dance. For lack of a better word here. Yeah, really good. His infantry army being traded off as well. I think the helipad should get destroyed. Otherwise, this is just gonna allow him to just produce more Black Hawks. Orb needs to fire, and then, like, force fire down the refinery. There is MiGs out for Orb. There must be an Iron Curtain as well. I'd wager 10 seconds shy of coming online. The economy, 8 and 7 harvesters for each respectively, so eco is even the hero V2. The hero we all needed. We never knew we needed the hero. What we deserved. I mean, with however good it's looking for him, man, the MiG though. The MiG might play a crucial role here, because this is a large map. You can't defend everywhere at once. And the allied player is definitely more than busy enough with spamming base defenses. No easy way for him to spam mass anti-air guns, because he just is in dire need of more, yeah, of just more anti-ground and anti-armor. But Happy has mastered another army, 5 tanks, plus some infantry. And again, a combined push for both Orb and Anjew. Meanwhile, Goat and Happy are splitting. Yeah, they're even saying that in chat. It's like they're playing team games tactics in a team game. Wait, that's illegal. We ain't doing that around here. We ain't taking kindly to that. Happy's tanks definitely are gonna take out the MCV. No chance to deploy it here either. So this is gonna be a sizable cash bounty, and no cash, no sell rebate. Anjew is even pulling the harvesters. He is very confident in that he's gonna be winning this engagement. Orb's army's a bit... don't really know what to do at the time present. The MiG as well, just passing overhead, giving line of sight of the tanks, but not actually doing anything. Ah, finds it now. Goat's base here is held out for way longer than I had anticipated. What a game. Ooh, that is the most important harvester, the one on the gems. This just is so expensive to lose. The tech center as well. Orb's army is struggling to catch up with those tanks, but he is wiping the floor with this expansion here. Being pincered, but he is forced off the harvesters at least for now. Might actually go for a tech snipe, might not be the worst thing. Okay, finally the tanks run into a fortified position. Are being taken out momentarily. The MiG is still struggling to find its way to the airfield, you know. I don't need map. I'm pilot, I have very high vision score. I look from above. I don't need GPS, no problem. Anjew's force is trying to go into our backline raid. Not very successful, because Happy is the pillbox king. Always has been. Always has been the pillbox king and still is. Oh, the Iron Curtain is up. Really love how they're pinging it in chat as well. Orb has transitioned to Mammoth tanks, makes a lot of sense, especially against Happy's armies. Lots of artilleries there, lots of infantry, and that's just where Mammoth tanks are much better than heavies plus infantry. Because infantry is very costly to just lose to a couple stray artillery shells. Alright, where are they actually? They're letting this mine. Orb should definitely attack. Okay, they have split up now. Split forces. They should clue Orb in as to attack. As to attacking. Come on, pull the trigger. These harvesters are playing with fire. Oh, artilleries are raining in death. Death and despair. Orb microing his MiG relatively successfully thus far. May I just briefly mention the heroic antics of this V2? Seriously. Oh, Iron Curtain Tesla Coil. Great job. Lots of damage being inflicted here. Conyard of Anjew is going down, but not before the Tesla Coil is established. There is not enough firepower to support this push, though. This is soon gonna die. Yep. Still, Anjew's army in the mix. Doing some damage. Are gonna force back the Conyard. Are gonna destroy it, actually. Yep. This Conyard is El Tostarino. And now we're gonna focus our attention towards the ore refinery, I hope. The V2. This V2 is my hero. Up to bed 3. Kill another tank. Yes, thank you, good sir. Run! No! It lived a good life, comparatively speaking. Oh, finally. Orb's waves of steel clashing into Happy's base. This time there's no salvaging it. Tesla troopers. Do I hear Shakis? Yes. He has added some Shakis, like not too many. It's actually a really low shock count, but it's good enough. Whoa, that harvester! On a killing spree. Orange Jesus. Yo, Orange Jesus, chill. Chill, buddy. That was a yikes moment from me. But the mammoths are alive. As long as they're alive, they can keep kiting up to critical mass. 4 mammoths, like, you don't stop that easily anymore, especially not as allies. As Soviets, you have your tools and heavy tanks trade quite favorably, but as allies, ooh. Breaking mammoths with mediums is tough. That is a very tall order. Nice concave from Anjew, who has this forward barracks now as a rally point. Really fits him nicely. And the mammoths are... Orb is so good at kiting with mammoths. I sometimes tend to give him shit for his MiG micro. I mean, it's not on Zedix Gannon's levels, where it just builds them to troll. But he loses them sometimes unnecessarily. Not this game. This MiG has been very successful in at least scouting, but also taking out one or two units here and there. And his Mammoth micro is a sight to behold. Like, Orb, I think, is more focused on his ground armies most of the time, but he does that very successfully. Goat's push with exactly 1 rocket in the mix. That is not part of a very healthy and balanced diet. That's a bit of an overkill, firing the Iron Curtain here just to kill a turret, but it's okay. He's gonna kill the Conyard. Did you see the damage the Shakis did to the pillbox? Like, they don't do any damage to heavy armor anymore. That just got gutted. But rightfully so, they were super strong against everything. Used to be a kill everything unit. Oh! Goat's rifles have advanced. They're gonna cull a lot of rifles from Anjew here, plus rockets, but it's not looking good anymore. Yeah, as you can see, like if you just send in a couple mediums, the mammoth numbers are not only gonna increase. Oh no, Tanya had a very unfortunate time. Oh, rip. That wasn't even a main infantry army. That was just, honestly, that was mostly the tanks. Yeah, because this is a snowball effect. Like, you're gonna lose your mediums, and the mammoths are gonna survive and they're gonna regenerate. So, very unfortunate series of events. Radar jammers coming out in an attempt to stop the missiles, but it's just not there. Just not enough. He hasn't lost a single mammoth here, and the V2. That V2, man. Orb has been carrying the late game hard. He could have been a bit more aggressive in taking this expansion when it was completely undefended, left Happy a lot of time to mine from it, but what a game. That is game 1 out of presumably 5. Nuke was on the way as well. So Orb is someone who plays really well with tier 3. That's not something I can say about every player in the community. He's one of the more late game focused people out there. Yeah, and Goat and Happy tried. Were really successful with early game aggression, but ultimately got steamrolled by the Soviet tank hammer, as is often the case. Alright, let's see what game 2 brings. Hold on a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into overtime. This is Chernobyl. Looks just like it. This is definitely Pripyat. Who wouldn't recognize those beautiful lush meadows and the nice nuclear reactors and the commie blocks? Might I just mention, I think this is an original OpenRA edition. This is not part of the original tile set, the civilian building, but this is a straight up commie block. It's hilarious. Fits so well. Very befitting for a Soviet map set in Chernobyl. Reminds me of Stalker. Porusha, bro. Alrighty. And befittingly enough, Orb is playing as Ukraine. He's teamed up with Anjew as Ukraine. And we've got Goat as Ukraine, and we've got Traitor Happy as Germany. As per usual, he prefers playing allies, even if slightly so. Ooh, nice intel. So Anjew oversending just one rifle a tile further, not risking to run 5 rifles into a stack of enemy rifles. They're very smart. 2 dogs out for Orb. Really cool. Nice micro. He's selling his hide very dearly. Should actually pull the wounded ones back. Would be even better. But even without that, he has traded so favorably. Yep, or playing Soviets. We're seeing 2 dogs out on the map. Who else does that? That is an Orb thing. Even... Oh! I heard some good eats. Yep. That dog has definitely snacked, has feasted. Feasted upon an NG. And found its way around the rifle of Goat. But Goat got the capture off, so... Not all in vain. Oh, if he parks it here... Too close. Too close. There's a... My lord, no way. Goat got the NG snipe here as well. I had a 3rd dog die. Oh my... What is this early game? Never seen this many dogs. Did he keep the kennel? Nope. Pushing onto the hospital. Why though? It's a hospital. This is Chernobyl. Who needs hospitals? Just grow an extra limb, right? Okay, that's the... Whoa, that's a greedy build. Double ref into War Factory into ref cell. That is, if you don't sell the other ref, you're out of power with this. This is a wonky build. And it actually doesn't do much good for you because you're gonna be floating. But he's gonna opt for the big macro again. Yeah, 1400 for the time being. It's gonna get way worse. And if you're opting for scaling, this is not the best build because War Factory First ramps you up faster. As you can see here, Orb already in 4 harvesters with this War Factory First and Barracks skip. He only had the dogs until a couple seconds ago. Ooh, 3 rockets, 1 rifle, 2 rifles. Okay, so this is probably just an anti-APC measure. Taking down the Ulderek in the middle is happy, so this is looking pretty good. Ooh. Well, at least the Ranger gets capped. This is more an anti-APC measure rather than anything else. Nice, kiting back the rockets. And Goat immediately knows he doesn't want to have anything to do with this. He's poking it. Alright, so who's ahead? If we look at the map control, we might be inclined to say it is... I don't actually know the team names is the problem. Happy and Goat. Hote. Team Hote. Versus Team Orpchu. So all the derricks have been taken down on their side of the map. So yeah, Happy and Goat looking slightly better for wear with 2 derricks over nil. That is nothing insurmountable. Okay, Mobile Flag is parking in the danger zone. Danger, danger. Oh, the crushes! This is brutal. This is a slaughter. Is he going back in this tank? Like, this guy's mad. Ain't looking too good here for Orb and Anjew thus far. But the game is far from being over. It's just that there's a distinct army advantage now. That doesn't necessarily translate into a map win. Because we're on 6 and 6 harvesters versus 5 and 5, so they just opted for the bigger macro. Which time and again is just that's kind of a staple of this series, I guess. That's just how they're gonna play it. Super greedy expansion from Orb. Oh my, that's something. He's gonna get scouted immediately as well. Can't deploy here. Nope, nope, he can block. Oh, he can block this. Okay. Orb is quick enough to pull it out. APC is just there for scare tactics, that's an empty one. So Goat playing as Soviets, that is something I have to get used to. He usually strikes me as an allies player, and especially his 1-2 punch of Light Tank Ranger, I think was something that he really liked playing. And we're seeing our expansion out here as well for Goat. So at the end of the day... Okay, Orb is trying again, second attempt. Second time's the charm. There is thus far only one heavy tank, the second one's lagging behind severely. And Orb is falling victim to those pebbles. Freaking, those little stones actually block you. It's so annoying. Also, infantry engagements, as you can see here, are super awkward. Rockets are going to be the only unit to actually contribute anything meaningfully here. He's sending a backstabbing rifle. Like, that's bait. Come and take the bait, and cap you in the back. Execution, Commander. Yep, so that's an expansion of the gem mine. What's happening on the other side of the map? Nothing. Is that the only gem mine? It definitely is. And Anjew's wall is not going to prevent this from wiping. Ooh, one more blast. Yeah, this is dead. Parking in a very bad spot as well. Okay, now the big question is, can he save his expansion? Can he actually save the econ? That's the important one. And the answer is yes. Okay, Anjew not out of the game just yet. And a huge army advantage here, with flamers from Orb. I like the flamers there. But they just make it so much faster to burst down buildings. In a base v base scenario, oh my goodness, Happy is losing so much. His meat shield died too quickly, so his troops are just left there to die. That is a complete rout, courtesy of Orb's tank lines. Wow. That engagement was over in literally 3 seconds. And the flamers, did you see how fast they burst down the Kanyard? They're so good against regular buildings. Not against defenses, but regular buildings, they shred them. Fucking lag? What? Come on. Come on, man. I blame the lag, man. Yeah, Orb just steamrolling. It didn't look too good for him, but now he is scorching the expansions of Happy. There is no signs of any defense just yet whatsoever. Man. Orb with this one army and with this one hold translates it into a full backswing onto Happy's base. Meanwhile, Anjew's going through the middle, trying to take down Derricks and going for the main. Okay, I think the armies might be converging onto the main. Yeah, that's really smart. Let's see, they're all headed towards the econ, I like that. MCV has been spotted as well. Oh, that's so cool. Anjew is sending half his army to deal with the MCV, while the other half is dealing with the eco lines, so it's like, where is Goat gonna defend, really? Realistically, it's gonna be a tall order for him. Should also kill the ore refinery. Oh, those armies just passing by each other like ships in the night. 3 heavy tanks as a bait. Yeah, Orb should definitely go in. This is prime time. Prime time to shine for especially the rocket block. Oh, so much expensive infantry, but holy cow, the damage is insane. Look at how the harvesters are melting. 4 harvesters dead. Oh, he found the MCV as well. Found the ore truck here. I mean, come on. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be the 2-0, right? Happy and Goat are in shambles after this push. Going on assault move. Assault move is the I don't care, I'm done with this move. It's a good old power move from Anjew here. His armies are getting cleaned out, but does not matter. Goat has lost everything. Goat is on 2 harvesters. 3. Let's make it 3. Let's be generous. Rainer has been generous. Oh, those 3 heavy tanks as well in the backlines again. Yet again, Orb finds a flank into the vulnerable underbelly, while his infantry is still dishing out massive damage against everything else. Oh lord. This game was a very one-sided affair, but despair not, because we have more. There are 3 more games after this one. So definitely the series far from over. I guess at least there are 5, because I had 5 replays, but that means sometimes there's dummy replays. People just place dummy replays because the series ended 3-0, or maybe it ended 3-0 and they decided to play it out anyway, so that's not a spoiler. Man, Orb and Anjew looking really good. Didn't expect it to go this way. Best of 3 or 5? Yeah, it was a 5. And look at the basics. Happy's broke. Happy is super broke. As is Orb, actually. Goat is on 71 APM. That sounds like something an Age of Empires player would do. With micromanaging your harvest just to harvest every single tile manually. Orb may have slightly screwed up in the eco department. Let's do the count. 1, 2, 4, 8. I mean, he's got the double chip. You haven't screwed up in the eco department. You've screwed up your logistics. That is not an eco problem. That is a logistics problem, Mr. Orb. Your harvester is choosing to ignore the gems that are literally on the doorstep of the base and instead going for those little specks of war in the middle of the map. Alright. Is this gonna be a resurgence? I doubt it. I mean, Goat is trading relatively well here. But yeah, there's V2s behind this. And I'm pretty sure that Orb is soon gonna go for tier 3 as well. Are we gonna see a Vet 3 V2 again? I would be stoked. And knock knock. Knocking at the front doors as well as Orb. Again with a huge, massive rocket count. Orb showing off his rocket. His pocket rocket there. Kappa Pride. No, seriously though. This is an absolute rout. This is heavy tank or medium tank production being stifled. GG being called from Appy. And Goat soon to follow here. That is the 2-0. And with that, we are not going to overtime because we're already like 40 minutes deep instead. We're gonna postpone the end of the series or the last 3 matches until next week. I'm really hyped. This has been a very promising start to a series that I really enjoyed. This time no tier 3 for Orb, but we've seen that he can also make it work on tier 2. Even on tier 1.5, even just the heavy tank push was savage. And all it took was this one misstep from Happy where he thought he had the advantage and pressed it too hard. Pushed into the enemy base, got absolutely decimated because courtesy of the meat shield not being thick enough, and then subsequently his entire army got steamrolled and Orb never stopped from there. It just never put on the brakes again. Yeah, that was an awesome start to the series, but we are gonna converge onto the finals next week. Thank you for watching this time. Wednesday there's gonna be another Company of Heroes cast, which I thoroughly enjoy as well, by the way. Also, little tidbit of information. If you are planning on getting into Company of Heroes 2, you know how much that is selling for right now on Steam? Literally €1, or 0.73 or something pounds, or $1.34. If you don't get Company of Heroes 2 now, you will never get it. Seriously. Now's the time. It is literally selling for the price of a packet of mint chewing gums. Thank you for watching. That's all this week. I'll see you next week. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.